What is Glamour Squad?
Glamour Squad is just a day for some teenage girls in the hospital to get spa treatments and be treated like celebrities.
And so it all comes to them.
It all comes to them. Yeah, it's cool because we can localize it, to different cities and get volunteers from that city.
That's so awesome.
The Aveda Institute's been really great. And
Aveda?
Aveda, yeah. And they send a bunch of their students to volunteer their time and bring all their own stuff, so they're licensed.
Yeah, so what?
It's not just me doing it. I like to ask the girls when they're getting, manicures and pedicures and facials and their hair done. And I always want to know what their favorite part is. So maybe
seeing other different girls getting, having makeup, getting a chance to make them.
Seeing other girls get it is her favorite part.
Well, right, that's what I was going to say. I normally ask them what their favorite thing they got to do that day is, and it's always like, oh, the hair. They love getting their hair done. But for her, she was just enjoying. That's why she was crying. She was watching other girls. This isn't a normal day getting spa treatments in the hospital, so I asked her what a normal day is like for her. What's a normal day like?
Like, what do you mean?
Like yesterday.
It was a typical difficult time for me because they unexpectedly told me I was going to get surgery.
What?
Yeah, so she was just in the hospital already, not feeling good, and they came in and they had to do emergency surgery and remove her appendix, I believe, and do some other stuff. So she's in a robe hooked up to IVs when she's in there.
Oh, my gosh.
They just had me on my bed, and they just told me, okay, we're ready to get you to have surgery. It was actually kind of difficult for me because it was my first time to get surgery. I was, very,
And you were already in the hospital?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I was, crying because, it's hard to tell you unexpectedly. That's why, I try to make myself strong, not to worry about it.
Kids love surprises, but maybe not that one. Hey,
right.
we're wheeling you down to the OR.
That's what's cool about this, though, because some of them know what they're coming in for. They've been at school, and they're feeling okay, and they know that I'm coming to bring all these volunteers to do a spa day. But some of them have been in the hospital and had surgery, and she had no idea. So the nurses just went up to the room and got her and brought her down. Good. So it was really kind of a pleasant surprise for her.
So she had a bad surprise followed by a really good one with the Glamour Squad.
It's always interesting to see the moms that are just best friends with their kid. And so I met this mom. She would not leave her daughter's side, and her daughter's lost all her hair. Sometimes these sick kids are happier than healthy kids, and I don't understand how they do it. So I ask her if her daughter, what happens in the bad moments.
She has her moments where she has her pity time.
What does she do then?
Cries, questions. Why does it happen to me? Am I gonna die? Is it, that's the big question. Is this gonna haunt me for the rest of my life?
Did she vocalize that to you?
Oh yeah, when we were in the hospital, when she was in ICU, it was really bad. We almost lost her twice. But she's like, I'm still here, so she does that. And then I tell her, I said, we're allowed to have our, feel sorry days, we call them. And I said, but then you just pick yourself up and you go. I said, I have them too.
Just having those words come out of your kid's mouth, am I going to die?
Am I going to die?
Oh, yeah.
And I think we make this mistake on the kids trip. We somehow just assume that these parents are well equipped to deal with this, like they were trained for or whatever. They're not.
Right.
Yeah. Thrown in.
They went into an office with a doctor and received the news that no parent ever wants to hear. And then they have to modify and they have to adapt. And to see him do it is like the second biggest miracle of this whole thing, So cool. Glamour Squad, San Antonio. Let's thank that hospital. Who helped us out there?
Yeah, it was the Santa Rosa Children's Hospital.
Cool.